Hey y'all, it's Ben the Cowboy Realtor, and today we are in Gresham, Oregon, and I am currently at a house that my buyer initially missed out on, but because of what I did and what our strategy was, we were able to get it under contract within a week. So go ahead and stick around and let me tell you how I did it. Okay, so the story was that this home in Gresham came on the market. My buyer saw it online right away and sent it to me. We scheduled a showing, and we were probably one of the first buyers to see this home. And we toured, and we thought we really liked it. We ran the numbers and ultimately ended up putting in an offer. But then shortly thereafter, there was another party that put in an offer, and ultimately the sellers just said, we want your highest and best offer with what you're comfortable with, and we are going to compare the two and ultimately decide who we're going to go with. So my job as a buyer's agent is to represent my buyers in their best interests. And part of that is making sure that they do not overpay for a home. So obviously you can pay for whatever you want, but I provide the data and show, hey, this is what homes for this area sell for. You ultimately can decide what you want to pay for, but I don't want you overpaying. I want you to be comfortable with your offer and terms. Ultimately, the sellers decided to choose the other offer instead of ours, which is a huge bummer, and that happens often, but the homes that are priced correctly in this market tend to have at least a couple offers on the table. So part of the reason that I'm making this video is that you guys need to know what a backup offer is. A backup offer is basically an agreement between the seller and buyer number two saying, hey, we want to be in position two if something were to happen to the first buyer, whether they terminate or back out or whatever. Which that's a great thing, because if my buyer really wants a home, I don't want that house going back on the market and marketing to everybody. I want to be in second position so that I have first dibs on getting the house next. And in doing so, I have not one, but two buyers be in backup position, get their offers accepted because buyer one decided to terminate or back out. So now all of a sudden my buyers thought they missed out on their dream home. And now I get a call saying, hey, Ben, that first buyer decided to back out. We want to work with you. And that is always good news for me as a real estate agent, to provide that good news to my buyer saying, hey, that home that we initially lost out on, it's now ours to do our inspections and our negotiations and ultimately close on it. You do have to be careful though, if you were competing with that other offer and changed some of the terms, say you shortened your inspection period, you brought in more earnest money. There's other terms and timelines that you can tweak to be more competitive. If you want a video on that, let me know. You as a buyer need to be ready, because now all of a sudden you're under contract. But my buyers don't stress about that because I have the proper systems in place and timelines already mapped out, that they know what they're getting into and the times and dates that they need to meet. So they're prepared either way. Anyways, we're going to finish our inspections here today. If you want a video on that, also let me know. We're going to see what we can find out, what due diligence me and my buyers can get, and we are ultimately going to hopefully get to the closing table on this one. If you have any questions on any of the topics that I discussed today, let me know, put it in the comments, give me a DM, call me, and I can help you both in Portland and Vancouver. So thank you so much. We'll see you on the next one.